Hello, I'm Vilcan. I'm a trainer and youth worker. I've been working with the Erasmus program since its beginnings in 2014. And one of my favorite key actions is key action 3, the structured dialogue between young people and decision makers. Therefore, today we are going to explore a few methods on how to empower young people to interact with the decision makers from their communities and how to engage in projects and activities that benefit their local communities. So, before we talk about any type of youth involvement, youth participation into the community, we should actually start from seeing exactly to what extent do we expect our youth to take part, to be involved in producing a change in the community. For this aspect, we have an excellent ladder designed by Roger Hart. It's called the Ladder of Youth Participation, and this ladder is divided into 8 levels. The first level, at the very bottom of the ladder, is the manipulation level. At this level, the young people are directed by adults into doing things that they would normally not want to do. The second step on the ladder, it's when you use the young people as decoration. So basically they have a role to come to an event and clap their hands, but basically they are not involved in the decision-making process, and the change in the community is not initiated by them. The last ladder, the third ladder, the talkative, is a level in which the adults are leading the activities and use the young people as show up. So basically they design, the adults are designing, are implementing, and are conducting basically the activities, but they present as if the young people did these activities. The first 3 steps on the Hart's ladder are basically no participation at all. So just from the 4th level, we start to have a little bit of participation. The 4th step on this ladder is a step where the young people are assigned and informed. So basically the coordinators are assigning roles to the young people, are informing them of what they do, but they don't have any saying, the young people don't have any saying in the decision-making process. A bit higher is the level of consulted and informed. In this step, the young people are consulted towards the change that they want to do in their local community, but still are informed to what steps they should take. So basically they are following a pre-established set of rules, procedures in order to materialize their project. The 6th step on this ladder is a step where the adults initiate the proposal, the project, but the young people are involved in the decision-making process. So basically the goals, the objectives are adult-driven, but the implementation of the process and the way on how to reach those objectives and goals is discussed with the young people. On the very higher levels of Hart's ladder, we have level 7, where the young people initiate and direct their own initiatives, but here the input of the adults is lacked in the sense that they don't really provide support for the youth. The highest level on the ladder's Hart of participation is the 8th level, and here the youth initiate the projects and the decision making is shared with the adults. This means that the youth benefits from mentoring, coordination and assistance towards all the steps of their projects. So the reason why we find Rogers Hart's ladder of participation so useful is because it helps us to understand how to empower the youth that we are working with into activities and projects designed for the community. Before we can involve the youth to produce a change in our communities, we need to understand what kinds of citizens are these youth that we are working with. So there are several categories of citizens. I'm not going to enlist all of them, but just a few. Like we have the problem-solving citizen, the community-oriented citizen, we have the totally inactive citizen, and also one good example would be the personal responsible citizen. It's important to understand the types of citizens that our young participants are belonging to in order to be able to mentorship correctly their projects and to be able to provide the support and assistance that they need in the implementation of their local community projects. So I would like to start with the most simple one. It's basically the inactive citizen. So this type of citizen usually doesn't involve in projects aimed to benefit the community. So this is a citizen that is described by a high degree of passivity and usually does not take action for the personal good or for the good of the community in which he or she lives. Another type of citizen is the personally responsible citizen. This is a citizen, a youth that prefers to act alone, individually, and to produce results that are beneficial for himself or herself and for the whole community. For instance, I could give the example of a young person who collects garbage selectively, or a person who is voting, let's say, and the actions that the personally responsible citizen are described as simple actions to benefit himself or herself and the whole community. Another category of citizens is the community-oriented citizens. These are the citizens that like to work in groups. They are very fond of their community and enroll in activities usually designed by others, but they are very, very much of a help. In this category we can put voluntaries for specific actions, like for instance garbage collection action where members of a community volunteer to take part. The last category of citizen is the problem-solving citizen. This is the most valuable category of citizen because in this category we have the individuals who have an eye for the problems of society and have the capacity, desire and motivation to address these problems. So here you might identify future youth that will engage into projects, will conduct projects and will successfully finalize projects that benefit the community.